If you're to think along the lines of having every cell in the body tight together, so if you just basically look at yourself in the mirror and you see that you're together as a whole, as a structure, that's all your body's trying to do. You've just got a conscious mind that's bombarded with this whole world of so much information, if we're talking in terms of nutrition. Having really good gut health basically will give you the foundation of your whole body. Everything will break down, get absorbed, heal at a rapid rate, and you'll just function completely. And then once you know yourself really well, then you know exactly what to do if you can go to the right people. So I'll put a list up of really good things you can have a read of that will actually give you more facts to do with things for optimal gut health and intestinal health, because they're such big organs and they're so important that so many things can happen with everything that we're eating and drinking. So many things get depleted. You have trillions of cells everywhere, especially in your gut, that relay signals throughout your body all the time, and you need to keep every part of your body really tight together, so meaning cells, so it can basically do its work that it needs to do. There are immense articles all over the internet, so have a good read. Some of these things I'm going to put up are literally some of the best things that I will give to people. Quercetin is probably the best thing I've come across. Glutamine is probably one of the next best things. You can get a gut relief which has multiple things in it that does a certain function. But even lots of fats, really good, like echinacea, olive leaf extract, maybe a little bit of coconut oil or butter. Still got to be careful with that a little bit. But in terms of snacks as well, you've still got to think of things that are essentially alive. So anything you buy from a supermarket that's in a cardboard box or a packaging, it's dead. It's dead food. So you've got to ask yourself, why would you eat it, and where are you hearing this information from? Because that's all companies are going to do. They have the best people to know how to get into your heads. Essentially, that's all they're doing. So they can target you as a wide audience to sell you something to make money, when really you do not need it. You're still an animal. You're designed to eat everything off a tree, out of the ground, and you eat proteins. And in proteins is fats. And in animals you would eat maybe the kidney and the liver, the most healthiest parts of the animal, and you've got loads of nutrients and minerals and vitamins all in that. So you've got to ask yourself, well, why would I eat what companies are advertising all the time? So your mind is, there's so much information coming into your head all the time that you're just getting overwhelmed with everything. So you've got to stop, ask yourself, why am I doing this? How do I not do it? How can I approach multiple steps to getting rid of all these things? What do I put in place so I can decrease cravings and everything? And that's a pretty big list. And a lot of the times it is having a lot more of natural stuff, of foods, of drinks. But water, literally, that's all you really need. And people go, well, just water, that's not enough. And yeah, maybe not. But remember, if you have, for example, like soup is one of the best things. I have it for many, many reasons. The other good reason I have it as well is because so much of the vitamins and minerals and electrolytes and everything that is in vegetables, and list goes on, is in the water as well. Now it's broken down even better, so your body can actually uptake that as well. So when we always talk about as well you need so much water all the time, too much water flushes out too many water-soluble vitamins and minerals in the body anyway. So having things like soups, which are, it's all alive, it's not dead stuff, it's all alive. That water, you're getting all that stuff going into you really, really well. And that's what you need to think along the lines, it's simple. You could get so creative with doing everything natural, and that's how it needs to be done. All these fab things that are sold in supermarkets, seriously, there is not much in supermarkets that you should be eating. Now, here's the other thing with fruits, veggies and salads. The amount of chemicals that are sprayed on them, people are like, oh, but I'll wash them and they'll be good. Seriously, it goes in. It's like you put something on your skin and you rub it on. Where does it go? Through your skin into you, So it's the same thing. You put it on you spray all that stuff, fruits, veggies and salads, it goes through into it. So you're still having a lot of contaminating products. It's that simple. The other thing is that when you put things just on your skin in general, it's not actually, because when you eat things, the liver is able to digest it and break it down and take all the crap away basically and flush it out, right? When you put things on your skin, so girls do it flat out. So much things. Probably one of the worst things in the world you could do. It's going into your skin and it's going to affect your hormones so much. That list is huge. I'm not even going to go there. That's just the basis, the simplest way to say it. Weight, you'll put on weight. You'll get sick, you'll get run down. The list goes on. So just keep it simple. There's not much to it. It really, nutrition is just one of the easiest things, but people make it so complex and so hard. Yes, sure, if you get sick, run down, diseases, illnesses, the list goes on in the thousands. Sure, you go and fix yourself, of course. But the basis of the body, all it's trying to do is just simple nutrition. So I keep it at that. But stay away from things in boxes, things in bags. There's no need. So what do we do? Even with veggie salads and fruits that are contaminated, their whole defense mechanism is built on having antibodies in there to fight off lots of animals and all that stuff and birds and whatever that are going to come and eat the things. So don't eat anything that has actually got a hole in it that's been eaten already, because that fruit's already going to be poison to you. You just can't win. So what do we do? So do we go organic? Yeah, it's expensive, right? But at the same time, not everyone can do that. And at the same time, even organic's not organic anymore. The amount of crap that is coming down in the sulfur from the atmosphere and all that stuff going into our soil and our animals, everyone's breathing it and drinking it. We're all getting sick. You can only do what you can do. So many cells are going to get affected. You have no idea what unless you get tested. No one wants to go and do that. It's too much hard work. So you can only do what you can do. So, eggs, there's no real need. A lot of people have allergic reactions to egg, even fish. You've got to be very careful. Ciguatera in that and mercury. You don't know where it's coming from. Wheat, gluten, dairy, seriously? Why would you even bother? I don't even need to go into the research and science and tell you all about it. There's no need. There's no need for it. Probably 90% of the population have, literally if you get tested, have an allergic response to wheat, gluten and dairy. It's that simple. And if you get anything that is fat-free, that is light, or odorless, if you think along the lines like that, they've taken a lot of literally the good stuff out and replaced it with multiple other things as well. So you're going to get addicted to something without realising it. Biochemists, they've got some really smart people out there that know how and what things to put in what to get you very addicted to certain things. And before you know it, you're having something else that, you thought you'd never have, and you actually really like it because it's got the same chemical compound in it. So I'm just leaving everything out because there's no point me going into it, but so many things have the same stuff floating around in it. There's 4 things in chocolate that equal the same, the same thing to, I think, opiates in the brain. So you're like heroin and marijuana, like the same addictive compound. So this is why people go through massive withdrawal just off chocolate. And seriously, chocolate, I don't know why you'd even bother. But yeah, if you eat so lean, but more protein varieties, just make sure you don't have an allergic reaction because the building blocks of the body's proteins, and loads of different varieties in fats, you're going to get somewhere pretty darn fast. But cravings, yes, is very hard. The more you introduce more good all the time, it's easy to wean out the bad. So just be careful how you do it with weaning out, because and the list goes on with medications if you're on, or injuries or bad sleep, and you'll lose more weight and feel better just in general, and your body will function so much better on getting deep at least an 8-hour sleep. That's proven research and science, and that list goes on and so many experiments. And look, there are some awesome videos these days on YouTube, lectures and seminars with some really, really smart people. Have a look, see how you go. Find out what you can. If you can link the dots between a lot of things, good, but listen to the people that are extremely qualified, that aren't spinning crap, that are trying to get a point across, and good luck, that'll do, because these videos, I just keep going for longer and longer, and I just keep going and going. So, cool. Okay, ciao.